Hi children, good morning. Welcome to your mathematics lecture. So today, as I said already, we are moving towards the last topics of mathematics. We are left with two lessons, right? Lesson number 17 and lesson number 18. So today I'm moving with lesson number 18, that is three-dimensional shapes. We had learned about 2D and all, right? Like suppose we draw on a paper, that is 2D figure. But at the same time, if we get the product, we can touch, feel, see, and we can use it through our senses, then it is a three-dimensional object. We had already learned what is this about it all in your fifth standard, right? So we will learn something more about this in this year. So let's move and learn much more topics in 3D, that is three-dimensional shapes. So here we have the first one, that is cuboids. Now children, you have learned to make a cuboid from its net last year, right? In fifth standard we have learned how to make a cuboid using a net form. We have also learned some examples of which things are cuboidal in shape. Some of them I have kept over here, like you have a geometrical box or any kind of compass box, your books, even you a pack of biscuits. When you take biscuits, it's the entire pack. When you catch it in your hand, it's in cuboidal shape. Now, cuboids are also called in the form of rectangle, right? It's almost similar to the shape of rectangle. So the net form of cuboid which you all had made last year is similar over here, which I have shown you. I'll just show it like this. See this one. If it's seen, see this one is the net form which we are making like this, right? So this is cuboid. Now let's move ahead and learn much more thing about cuboid. This cuboid is also known as rectangular prism. Why? Because it is in rectangular shape. Now, cuboids, in cuboids, all the faces of a cuboid are rectangular. Even its opposite faces are identical and or congruent, we can say. Identical means almost similar. That means, I'll show you. See, this one is identical to the below one. See ADSP, this face which is next to you is congruent to BCRQ. Now ABQP is similar to or congruent to DCRS. So opposite faces are identical or congruent and all are in rectangular shape. You take any of the faces means the one which we can see from top, bottom, side and all, which we can see. These are the faces. So all are in rectangular shape. Hence, cuboid is also called as quadrangular prism or rectangular prism, I could say. Now, when I speak about cuboids, a cuboid has 8 vertices. Vertices are like vertex A, vertex B, vertex C, vertex D, vertex R, vertex S, vertex Q, vertex P, where two sides are joining at a particular point is called as vertex. So it has 8 vertices. They are A, B, C, D, P, Q, R, S. Let's come to the next one. Cubes. The cube is also called as a quadrangular prism as all these sides or faces are square in shape. Okay. Now all these are in square shape. Some examples of cubes are the shape of dice or Rubik's cube, which you normally play to get similar colors, same colors in all sides. One side it's yellow, one side it's green, one side it's blue. So like this, when you play and get it, whatever the shape is, it's actually a cubical shape. Now dice which you play for snake and ladders, ludo, these dice are also cube in shape because all the faces are square in shape, right? Now cube has 8 vertices. Now they are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Over here in this diagram, whatever name you give, depending on that you have to write the vertices name. It has 12 edges. Edges are corners like segment AD, segment AB, segment HE, segment AH, segment BE, segment CF, segment DG, segment GH, segment EF, segment DA, segment CB, segment GF. So all these edges are of equal lengths. Okay, in rectangle they were not equal. Since it was rectangle, opposite sides depending on it, they were different. But here all the edges are of equal lengths. Now cuboid has 6 faces. Okay, I have shown you how it's 6. Here we have is triangular prism. See the net of triangular prism, how the net is drawn, and when I join it I get the shape like a tent. I have shown some similar examples to you how it looks, this triangular prism, how it looks, because there is its base and the rest of the two sides. See, this is the base and these are the two ends which are rectangular in shape, but the bottom and upper portion is triangular in shape. So these two are triangular and rest three are rectangular in shape. Okay, similar to your pastries, watermelon when you cut in this shape, or your chocolate which you get. See, all these are almost triangular in shape. Hence they are, since it is 3D, it's called as triangular prism. Now this triangular prism has 5 faces, like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 faces, and 6 vertices. 6 vertices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9 edges. Edges, see here 1, 2, 3 edges, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 edges. Understood what is triangular prism? Okay, even you can do this. You have to draw. Remember, activity, it's up to you whether you want to practice it by doing a cutout and forming a 3D shape. But in your notebook, you will have to draw all these things. Don't go for these exams. Come to the next one, that is cylinder. When I speak about cylinder, we have two types, that is closed cylinder which has a lid on it, and hollow cylinder which does not have a lid on it. So these are the two types of cylinder which we are going to learn in this lesson. Now closed cylinder, it has two flat circular face. Why two flat circular face? Because bottom it's already having, but upper portion there is a lid close to it in closed cylinder. Hence two flat circular faces and one curved face. Now how to draw a closed cylinder using a net form? See, I have shown here. When you draw the hollow cylinder, just take this upper portion, use this rectangular and the bottom circle, and you can draw the hollow cylinder. Fine. Now let's see the difference. A closed cylinder has two flat circular surfaces, or two flat surfaces we can say. One curved surface and two circular edges. It does not have any vertex because there are no sides as such to join and form an angle. But a hollow cylinder has two circular edges and one curved surface. Okay. A syntax tank, why two circular edges? The bottom part also it has. See the upper portion, even if it is open, this is its edge. Okay, this is its corner. A syntax tank, a talcum powder tin, carom board coins are all some of the examples of. Next we have is pyramids. Okay, again when I speak about pyramid, there are two kinds of pyramid. One is quadrangular pyramid, one is triangular pyramid. What is the difference is, in quadrangular pyramid we have a square in between. Okay, it has a square shape at the bottom and rest all are triangular shapes. But in triangular pyramid, everywhere we can see the bottom or upper portion, everything there is, it is in the triangular shape. So that is the difference, which the pyramid which has a square in one of its face is quadrangular. A pyramid which has all the triangular faces in all the areas is called as triangular pyramid. Fine. Okay. So the first one here is a quadrangular pyramid. The shape is called as pyramid when it forms. If you had seen pyramids of Egypt in your books or net or any movies, it will be almost in this form, right? So this is hence called a pyramid. The top or the apex, this is the top, which is also called as apex, or I could say it as vertex, is pointed like a needle. Okay, where all the edges are coming and settling at one part. As the base of this shape is kind of quadrilateral, like, or I could say it as a square shape or quadrilateral shape, it is called as quadrangular pyramid. When I speak about quadrangular pyramid, yeah, so yummy, right? We all wish to have it. When I am showing you this, surely you'll be thinking, Mom, Dad, please take me to the shop and give me what is shown over here. My mouth is watering, right? And the other one, which you see, you always feel to have birthday parties. So both are what? What do you think? See the difference. What do you feel? Right? It's cones. But again, like cylinders, here there is a difference. What is the difference, children? Right. The one in the ice cream cone, it's closed with a lid after filling the ice cream in it, and its circular top is closed. When I speak about the second one, it's a clown's cap, or the one which you use for, it's kind of clown cap which you use in your birthdays and all. But the circular base of this cap is not closed, that is, it's open. Okay. Now in both these sides, when you see, there is a tip. So here is one tip, and in ice cream cone here is a tip. Now it is called as its apex. Its apex means, I said you already, apex means nothing but its vertex. Okay. A cone that is closed by a flat disc, see this disc, has one curved face, one circular edge, and one curved surface. One circular flat face, one circular edge. Coming to the last one of the lesson, that is sphere. Now when I speak about sphere, what do you feel by the images given over here? Have you ever used any of these at home, in your school, at different places? Right. We have used globe in school for learning geography. We had orange. Your parents might use this wool to make different works, to make your sweaters and all. And ball and other things you usually use for your playing purpose, right? Now, almost these are in the shape of a laddu or a ball, or the shot put which usually is done in the sports which you play. All these are having the shape of a spear, right? Now, when I speak about spear, children, a spear has just one curved face. It has only one curved face. There is no edge or anything, no vertex, nothing. Just one big curved face on all sides. It has no vertices, no edges, and nothing. So easy, right? Sphere has only one thing, that is one curved face. And thus we have done with the lesson where many three-dimensional shapes were learned by you, its properties, its diagram, its net form, and how to make it and all. We had learned it. I guess it was much easy for you now. Even we have much more activities in your textbook which you can take up for your practice. Now we'll move with the practice set 41 of your textbook, where you have to write the number of faces, edges and vertices of each shape in the table. Now among this, some shapes are not there in your explanation part, but we have to analyze by ourselves, imagine this 3D shape by ourselves and try to write its faces, edges and vertices, because some of its shapes already we had learnt in 5th standard. So taking it an extension, in your exercise we have to write its faces, vertices and edges. So first one is a cylinder. So it has one curved face and two circular faces and no vertices and two circular edges, right? Coming to cone, it has one circular flat and surface and faces and one curved face, one vertex at the top which is called as apex, and one circular edge. When I speak about pentagonal pyramid, here you have 6 faces. I guess you all can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 on top, 2 on bottom, and this one. Okay, the pentagon over here in the bottom, the base, right? Together we have 6 faces and 6 vertices. Since we have 6 faces, it's sure we have 5 vertices bottom and 1 in the apex, that is 6. Edges, we have to count the number of sides, and that is 10. Hexagonal, of course, if pentagonal, the lesson was very easy. There is nothing much to sit and solve and find out the answers or anything. It's just the imagination or the live three-dimensional figure you could make and get the answers for it and make your concepts clear. From my part, being in online, I guess I have made you clear to some extent, but I know it's three-dimensional. It should be live teaching. But students, you have enough of time, ample of time at home. Take your parents' help and try making these three-dimensional figures. If you make it, only then you can understand it 10%. I request you all to, prepare such three-dimensional figures and try making it and learning through it. The faces, edges and all. Use that, make that figure, and then find out the answers. That will be like more important to keep it in your memory. Fine, children. So bye. Here we end up your maths portion of standard 6th. All the best for you all, for learning, for understanding, for your examination and many other things. I hope it will help you in your near future as well. Whenever you want to get basics, I guess these videos of mathematics will help you a lot. We'll be in touch with you with new topics, some more things. Sure, if you have any doubts, please come to the comment section or the DCS that is kept. I'm surely there for you. So bye. Have a nice day to all.